Yo, what's good? What's good? So I wanted to do a more in-depth video, but like that's gonna take a while, right? And I don't got a while, right? So I was like, let me give my first impression thoughts on this thing, right? So before we go anywhere, let's just put it on the table that I told you guys so. But at this point, man, I'm getting tired of saying that, right? I keep calling these things, I keep telling y'all, putting y'all on game, and nobody's listening. So you know what? It's cool. It's cool. Google announces cloud gaming platform Stadia. Is that how they say it? What y'all think? Anyway, so I like tuned in very late of their live stream, their announcement, so I didn't really fully get everything, even though I don't think there's that much to get. I think I got the bulk of it, but either way, I'm going to read this thing very quickly. Google has announced Stadia, a cloud gaming platform / streaming service that will enable AAA games to be played across desktop, laptop, TV, tablet, and smartphone. But we don't like Apple. We need this. It will launch in 2019 in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and most of Europe. Here is an overview of the platform via its official website. I didn't know how that website. What does that website look like? Stadia. Store.google.com. Interesting. The future of gaming is not a box. Introducing Stadia, a new gaming platform from Google for playing AAA video games across all kinds of screens. Interesting. The future of gaming is not a box. Okay, this is exactly what they said. Game where you want, when you want. Play across multiple devices, including laptops, desktops, and select phones and tablets. High-speed internet connection required. New ways to play through YouTube and beyond. Go from watching a video game to playing a game in seconds, with even more innovative experience to come for select games. Now, I did come in when they said that. I did see a little bit of an example. So what I'm going to do is play that example for people that aren't aware of it.
With Stadia and a new feature called Crowd Play, you'll be able to simply click a button displayed right in the stream and jump in and play with YouTube creator you're watching.
So that is honestly pretty cool. So let's keep your opinions to yourself for a second. Let's continue real quick before you even think of anything, okay? Up to 4K HDR at 60 frames per second. Enjoy gaming the way you love with beautiful HDR graphics and smooth frame rates. 4K HDR at 60 FPS are dependent on your bandwidth, obviously. Gameplay experience may vary based on quality of internet connection. Play instantly, no updates, no downloads, jump right into the game, always getting better. Stadia's cloud-based infrastructure evolves to meet the demands of players, developers, and YouTube creators. Then let's just continue, just get all that detail out the way. Now I will say there is actually too much here to go over, so let's just skim it. Built to evolve right alongside your game. Our custom hardware will be periodically upgraded alongside the software and services so you can focus on realizing your creative vision, not on the constraints of traditional hardware. So hardware stack. So, ooh, I didn't know they was going to give us all this. Custom 2.7 gigahertz hyper-threaded x86 CPU that's 64-bit with AVX2 SIMD and 9.5, I don't know, L2 and L3 cache. So that's big. I'm looking at the software stack. I'm not going to read it out because it might be boring to you guys, but this shit is like super interesting to me. This is like my realm, right? So, oh man, I'm like becoming a big nerd just thinking about it. So this is something big. Enabling gameplay across all device types. The Stadia platform enables cross-screen gameplay across TVs, laptops, desktops, tablets, and mobile devices using our Stadia controller, mouse, and keyboard, as well as many HD-compliant game controllers. So some notable things: Google Assistant button. The Stadia controller features a dedicated assistant button that enables new engagement scenarios such as live gameplay help, firing up a multiplayer session, sharing gameplay clips, and more. Do more with captures. The Stadia controller's share button enables you to take screenshots that can be shared with friends, as well as capture gameplay clips and post them to YouTube at the press of a button. And then all device types, a single code base works seamlessly on all kinds of connected devices, TVs, laptops, whatever. We've seen all that. Then they let us know about some developers that they've given SDKs to. We have 2K games, notably NBA 2K series, ID Software, notably Doom Eternal, Q Games, notably, what is that one? I don't even know what the heck. Q Games, working on an unannounced project, okay, built around Stadia's state shares feature. Square Enix, Rise of the Tomb Raider was used to highlight Stadia's Google Assistant integration. Tequila Works, making a drinking game, just kidding, took the stage to demonstrate Stadia's style transfer feature. Ubisoft Assassin's Creed Odyssey was shown running on Stadia, okay. So now it's time to talk about what I think, okay. I mean, if you've been around, right, for I don't know how long it is now, at least a year, right? You will already know what my stance is on this whole situation with streaming trying to break the barrier of mainstream, right? It's just something that y'all do that are heavily against it or maybe not fond of it. It's something y'all are gonna have to just be like, okay, whatever, accept it basically. And there's really just, there's good and there's bad in this. That's just really, you know, that's how it is for everything though. But let's start with the good, because it's kind of fresh in my head. I got some things going on in my brain. One thing is this idea, this is what I picked up as I was reading this article. Bro, again, you don't have to buy systems, you don't have to buy anything. Google literally handles the generational upgrades, the generational leaps, all of that. Google's the one doing that. All you're doing is seeing companies make games and consuming it. This is something to think about the whole world, the whole technology spectrum of how humans are, okay? Listen, we want things easier. You don't think about it, but we do like easy, right? We like when things are easier. So everything that's been happening, been emerging in the tech industry has shown this idea of making things simpler, okay? For example, the things of the Alexas, the Google Homes, all these things. They're trying to take away the idea of us having to even do anything. We just use our voice to get things accomplished. And more each day, I see people utilizing these things. How many of you guys in the comments have an Alexa, Google Home, whatever the heck these things are in your home right now? I do. I didn't choose to have it, okay? My Verizon, my Wi-Fi internet provider, gave me $200 of their own in-store credit. They had 8 items total. 2 of them were useful, aka Google Home and Google Home Mini. So now I have them. And so that's just what it is. That first point, you know, they're trying to take away anything, bro. You literally pay them money and then just look at games and buy them and play them, right? You don't have to worry about anything. So that's obviously a positive. Game where you want, when you want, bruh. PS Now came, or should I say remote play first started. That was crazy, right? We're playing a PS4 on this thing. Whenever they said they were gonna do it for PS3, niggas is like, what? Because think about it, that was 2008-ish to the 13 generation, right? So hearing we're gonna be playing a console on this small of a system was ridiculous at that time. And it was actually ridiculous. They couldn't do it properly, right? So they built the PS4 with intentions of making that possible. So that was the start. We were like, holy crap. Then they took it a step further and said, you know what, we do have this technology, this could go anywhere. Now next thing you know, we're playing on our PCs. And really, this whole idea of streaming stuff onto phones, I guess you could say, is not even crazy anymore. It's not crazy anymore. In 2019, it's a normal thing. But PS Now had it more so limited. The whole Steam Link, I think it's called, I didn't really see anything of it. Bro, we're gonna be playing AAA games, because the Steam Link, that's one thing, bro. That's one thing. I haven't even looked into that much. But something like Red Dead Redemption 2 on here. Holy crap. But I think the biggest part about this point is the idea that it's not like we're just playing, you know, Sony game or an Xbox game, bro. It's the console. Like, what we buy with Stadia is that idea of I'm buying something that's giving me a place to play games anywhere. like this, I bought Stadia. Like, think about that. The idea is I say I bought Stadia. Oh yeah, I copped Stadia. What does that mean? It means I can sign into my account, pull out my controller from my bag, and just start playing my AAA game. Do I gotta say anything else, man? Do I gotta say anything else? And then I guess, I mean, I'll just bundle it all up into one. You know, these other features that they're adding, the ability to literally be watching somebody stream and be like, yo, put me in a queue. Crazy, right? That's crazy. Actually, before we get into that last good point that I have, I would say the idea, they say always getting better. Again, you don't have to worry about any upgrades. I think I already talked about this. I don't know. No upgrades, no none of that. They're literally evolving everything for you. Last but not least, 4K 60. PlayStation now is not able to do that. There is no streaming service out there right now that can output anything that it's streaming to you at 4K 60. Often I'm talking about games, not Netflix or anything like that. There's no gaming streaming, whatever the heck you want to call it, that can do 4K 60. Nothing. Do you know the computing power that takes? But then let's just roll right into the bad. The bandwidth that is going to take, the connection, the stability that's going to take for that, nuts. So I think what we got to do at that point, 4K HDR 60 FPS, don't even ignore it. Honestly, ignore it. The idea that I take out of that is that they're able to do that, which means something like 1080p 30 FPS shouldn't be a problem. If they can stand on the stage and boast to me that Google themselves can output a stream of a AAA title at 4K HDR 60 frames, then you better be doing 1080p 30 in your sleep. And really, that's all that matters, you know, because that's gonna be majority, and then most people will probably do 720 and things like that, you know, at a more reliable, consistent, realistic, you know, quality. So I mean, it is kind of crazy, but I kind of turned that bad point to a semi-good, but it's still bad because, again, you need a reliable connection to begin with, right? So if you don't have that, you can't buy Stadia. You can't, if you don't have Wi-Fi or you don't have a good connection, Stadia is useless. I mean, really, there isn't that many negatives. It's more so that these two, the second one I'm about to present, are so big and crucial that literally either if you can't meet the criteria for these two negative points, all the positives mean nothing. So the second one I would say is, you gotta buy something, right? You gotta buy something to do or utilize this. You're not buying a system, you're buying a service. So instead of, you know, buying your system one time, slight $400 purchase, and then buying $60 purchases in the future, now you're gonna be paying $30 a month plus $60 when new games come out. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick maths. I'm gonna say, listen, this is a big little thing they got going on. They're gonna be developing their own games, but for right now, it's more so providing you with multi-plat. Sorry, forgot the word. They're gonna be basically delivering multi-plat games to you. Listen, let's take this a little bit more serious. So I'm gonna go over to PlayStation Now's website. So I'm not recording my screen, so you can't see it, so it's fine. All right, so I see PlayStation Now, PS Now. 1 month subscription, $20. 3 month, $45, and a full year is sitting at $100. Now, I guess that would make sense. You can buy subscription. It's not like a recurring every year. It just charges you. Maybe you could do that because it is you should be able to own it, right? You should have all the rights to that system or whatever for continuously. Maybe you just have to keep paying periodically, whatever. I'm gonna put Stadia at a $120 a year price. PlayStation Now has 700 plus games, but at the same time, it is limited to only Sony. This one is doing everything plus more systems. I'm just gonna put it at about $120 a year. But maybe they'll dodge a yearly subscription so that they can keep the price down. So maybe let's go with something like $30 a year. What is that? That's $360 a year. How much is Netflix? Like $5? I don't know, man. What do y'all think for pricing? But either way, you know, you gotta pay this monthly fee, and as soon as, say, you don't have money for that month, or you know, whatever, you forget a payment, your system's taken from you. You have no rights to that system. You have no rights to all the games you bought for that platform. Whereas you go bankrupt, you lose your house, you lose all your belongings, you could still keep your PS4. You could plug it in at McDonald's, get a little monitor for a couple bucks, and you could play your PS4 and enjoy it wherever you want to go, right? If you're homeless. But you know, that's not the case for this Stadia. So, and like I said, those two negatives, it's kind of like 2.5. Those two negatives really are crucial. They're big, game-changing, decision-breaking, right? We'll see, right? We don't have enough information to fully make a decision. See, because we got to see how they do this stuff, how they handle that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So we'll see. But as you can tell, those are my raw thoughts without much like jotting them down, organizing them, whatever. That's just what I immediately think when I see this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than that, that's all I got to say, man. That's all I got. Yeah. Don't mind the hat, bro. It's just I put up a cooking video on my Instagram story. Go follow me. Yeah. So yeah, anyways. Bye.